Okay, we're going to take a look at the revenue form. This is where you'll be entering in all of your trip information for all your loads that you pull. At the top you'll see some tabs here. One will be trip info. With all this, all of your pickup and drops, your fuel expenses, any trip related expenses, your route that you took, any special notes, and then last trip tab is going to break everything down, show you profit and loss. All of these tabs is all related to this one trip number. The way you see it here with this calendar up here, this is set on flat rate over in your company profile, how you set up, how you wanted to get paid, flat rate, mileage, percentage. It depends on how you have that set, whether you see this calendar or if you see a mileage calculator or a percentage calculator here. I'll show you that in just a minute. But like I was telling you over there, the program runs and lays out a whole lot better if you run it as flat rate. And what you'll do is just come down here and you pay line items and just break everything down. How you getting paid, your line haul, fuel surcharge, attention, everything like that. Keep it all separate. So it breaks down. You really get more of a detail of what each individual pay category is actually paying you. And there's a couple of reports that will break all of this down too and show you totals of each one of them. But the very first time you open this revenue form, you may not see nothing over here. You may not see the calendar or your mileage or your percentage calculator. You have to enter in the trip number, load ID number first before you do anything. Always remember, when you open this up and you're going to add a new record, you must put a load ID trip number in here very first, because this is a relational database. That means that all this other information is related, linked to this one load. All of these pay categories are linked to it. All the pickup and drops, the fuel, expenses, your route, everything is linked to this one load here. So be sure and put that in first. Each time you load a trip, it will automatically fill in your name and the truck number for each trip after the first time you do that. And then you can pick your trailer. If you're pulling the container, you may need to put in the chassis number, keep up with them. But keep up the seal. These are optional fields too here. The seal, weight, piece count, temp, load type. These are all optional fields. But the more you put in here, the more you can keep up with. These load types, if you want to keep up different load type categories, click the button beside it. You can add your own categories in there. But first thing you'll do, like I say, is put in your trip number. Now, if you're a lease operator and you don't want to keep up with the clients or contacts, that is up to you. That is optional. But if you're an owner operator, you will pick the client or the agent that you're booking this load with. Just start typing in, and they'll pull up in a list here. You can click the button beside it. That's going to open up the broker client form with all of their information. And you have your contacts down here. After you pick that main company, then you will pick the contact. Now, you may have multiple contacts with that client. So pick who you're dealing with on this load here. And then you'll just come over and pick your last empty date. This be when and where you emptied out your last load at. Now, the very first trip you ever put in here, you can't use as autofill last empty because there's nothing in there. But load the loads and trips in here in the order that you do them. Then that way, after you put in the first trip, complete the first trip, the next new trip, you can click this autofill last empty, and it's going to go get the empty date and in city, state, and your odometer reading from the last trip you did, and automatically fill it in here for you to start your new trip out with. So that way you won't have to go back and go looking for all of that information. And then all you need to do is come down here and put in your load date where you loaded at with your first pickup. Even if you had multiple pickups, put in your first pickup right here and your odometer reading. And then on your empty end date, it don't matter if you have multiple deliveries, put in the very last one, date and city and your odometer reading. This is not mileage, this is the odometer reading, so you need to start keeping up with all of your dates and odometer readings on everything you do. And which you need that anyway for your fuel and expenses and everything else. But enter them in, and as you enter in the odometer readings, it's automatically going to calculate your deadhead and loaded miles and all this over here. Down in the pay categories down here, Like I say, do it flat rate. You can create your own pay categories in this drop down list. Click that button beside it and go through and type out whatever pay categories and the description. This pay category is what you see in this drop down list. The short description will automatically fill in over here in this short description notes over here. So you can go through and add in some pay categories, the ones that's not in here. And like I say, put in like this. When you click the, say, lane haul, see, it automatically added that little description in there, because there's some reports that shows this description note. Now, if you need to change this or put more details, you can back this out and type in just whatever you want. That just fills in a default message here, just so you don't have to keep filling in the same thing. You may want to get into detail, say like this detention. You may want to put in how many hours of wait time detention that they put with this pay, just to show you right here, and it will show on the report. And if you need more room to type in a bunch of information here, click this button beside it and you can type in all you want right here. Click OK, close, and it will automatically add it in there for you. But once you enter all of these pay categories and the amounts, it's going to give you totals, and then it's going to total everything up over to the right over here for you. Once you put in these 3 city and states here, you can click this view route, and it will open up Google Route Map or Google Maps for you and show you that route for all 3 of these right here. This personal mile field, this is an optional field. Say maybe you went and picked up this load, and then you went home or somewhere, and you were at home for a few days, and you drove your truck maybe to go get it worked on, or that's the only way you had to go, and you maybe drove 25 miles on your own personal miles, and you don't want them miles calculating in on this load, so you can just put 25 in here, and it will automatically subtract that from your actual loaded or empty miles right here. So that's just an optional field here. But the load documents, any paperwork that you have pertaining to this trip, you can save them. Click this load documents. It's going to open up this field here. You can either load them if you have paperwork on a PDF file on your computer, you can load that. Or if you have a scanner and you want to scan all of your paperwork in here, you can keep everything paperless and keep all the paperwork pertaining to this one trip right here in one place for you. What you do, open this up and just click New Record. If you have the PDF files on your computer, just click Load File. Go find that PDF, click on it, and it will automatically load it in here for you. If you have the paperwork, the hard copy, you need to scan it. Just load the paperwork in the scanner, click Scan, and scan it, and it will automatically load in here. Now you can have multiple records in here. One record is one PDF file, and you can have multiple pages for this one file. So if you want to add more pages to this one PDF file, once you scan or load that first one in here, and you have another one or some more you want to put in it, click Add Page from File. So if you have it on your computer, do that. Or if you want to scan more pages in here, click Add Page from Scan. And it will add multiple pages to this one record, to this one PDF file. But if you want to add just multiple PDF files, click New Record, and then scan or load it in there. I'm going to do a look at the digital file cabinet video. I will be going into a detailed video about all of this scanning option right here for this. And the way it works over there, it works through the whole program the same way. All right, another thing, you may have some documents here that you maybe need to email somebody, email the client, broker, or whatever. Just scan all of these in together right here. It may be the bill of lading, signed bill of lading, proof of delivery and all of this. And you need to email it. Have all of that in one record. Click email. Type in the email who you need to email, send it to. Put in your subject, your message. It's going to automatically add that PDF file to it already. So all you need to do is put your email, subject, message, click send, and it will email it right to them. After you put in all your pickup and drops here, I'll do the next video on that, you can print the load sheet, and this is like a dispatch sheet. So after you put in all your pickup and drops, you can actually print this out and have this with you or email it to your driver if you have a driver. And this is going to show you all of your pickup and drops, who it is, address, phone numbers, directions, notes. So that'd be handy to have with you while you're running the load. While we're here on the trip info tab, this is set up as flat rate, which I'd recommend running it that way. But let me show you right quick, just in case you want to change it to mileage or percentage. But what you will do is, over in the utility form, go back to company profile, and so you want to go percentage. Always remember to put in your percentage of what it is. So now normally it's 100%, but say if you got 85% of 100, put that in. So now then go back to the revenue form. Now when you first open this back up, you're not going to see nothing over here yet. You have to start a new trip. So click new load. Now then, always remember to put your trip number in here first before you do anything. And then you will see the percentage here. You get 85 of 100, so this automatically going to fill that in for you. So what you put now is the gross pay. So if that load paid you $1,200, just click tab, and that's going to break everything down for you. That'd be $1,020, 80%. Optional field right here, paid miles. If you just want to break this down, going to show you what you made per mile. You can put in the mileage and maybe say it was 125 miles. Click tab. That need a little more than that, maybe 578. So that would break it down to 177 per mile, what you actually made off of it. But once you enter them in, they'll automatically bring it down here in your totals down here. But now the thing about this, you got to, it depends on if they break out fuel surcharge. You should get 100% of that, maybe detention, layover. But I mean, if you just get just 85% of the 100, regardless of anything else, then just put that, and you don't have to put anything down here. But even at that, I would still like to do flat rate. I don't know, it's just me there, but I like breaking it down. But you could say if you got 85 of 100 here, $12,000 or $1,200 here, and then on top of that you got fuel surcharge on top of this 100%. Then come down here and pick fuel surcharge. Go over to the amount. You might have got $75 fuel surcharge, and then hit your amount and then tab key over. That's going to add that other $75 in there for fuel surcharge. So that's how you would do it with a percentage here. So I'm just going to close this out. I'm going to show you what to do with the mileage. So if you go back in and you want to set this up mileage, click mileage right here, and then you would put in how much you get paid for loaded mile, how much you get paid for empty mile. So just put your check mark in there, then come back to the revenue form, click new load. Now then you see it's going to be mileage pay here. Always remember, put your trip numbers in here first before you do anything. Then all you have to do over here is in the loaded miles. How many miles are they paying you for that? So it could have been 755 miles. Click your tab key. Now it's going to automatically calculate that. Your loaded mile pay is 717. Put in your empty miles. It could have been 25 empty miles, and then put that in. That's going to show you the empty miles was 2375. Then your total 74 or 741. And then again, the same thing. If you get paid anything extra, you could have had detention pay, loading and pay, unloading pay. You will add this all down over here in this category here to add the rest of it in there. But that's how you will do each one of them other pay options. And then, like I say, if it was tonnage, it will show tonnage, and then if it was hourly, just be a box over there that would show you how many hours to fill in. But like I say, run it on flat rate. It's the best way to run it. So that's going to show you all of your trip info. We'll jump over to the next tab, pickup and drops. Okay, a quick update wanted to add onto this video. On the other previous video that was showing here, one thing we did update here is the pay category and description. We turned them around. They should have been like this all along. So now you have your pay category first and then description and then the amount. Just flows a lot easier that way. Also, you'll notice over in the bottom left we added a new button here. It says Load Search. Click on it, and this is going to give you a search option to find particular loads. Now you do have the load search at the top. You can always just type in the load ID if you know what it is, and it will take you directly to that load. But here is a more detailed search. You can search for, say if you need to find just all unpaid loads, you can just click this one button and it's going to pull up all the loads that are unpaid. And you might need to go back and check it out. Click the button beside it. It's going to go back and open up that load for you, and you can find out and get back with the agent or client and find out why that load hasn't been paid. You can always, when you do a search sort like that, you will then see a record 1 of 1. Then you can click the show all records, and it goes back and refreshes all of your loads. But you can sort these by truck, trailer, and you may have been pulling different trailers for a load. By agent, you may need to find a load by agent. Click that agent ID, and that's going to pull up all the loads that you did for that one agent. And if you need to narrow it down even further, you can sort it out by start date and end date, and then click the sort load by date, and it will narrow it down even further. So if you need to find one particular for that agent, click that button. It's going to go back and open that load up right there for you. So them are a couple of new additions we added onto this on the revenue trip info form. Was we turned around the pay category and description, made that flow a little easier here, and then we added the load search button.